Okay, let's do a quick walkthrough on this ship that I'm on. I don't know if you can see this, but this is the Royal Theater. It's a really big theater. They put movies in there. They put Broadway shows on there. Really big, like, auditorium. It's about 6 a.m. So we're going to do this before a bunch of people are on the ship. These are the elevators in the front. There's 6 of them. There's 6 on the other side. So that's 12 elevators up front, 12 elevators in the back. This is the Royal Promenade. So on Oasis class ships, I love this part of the ship. You can walk through here. There's a karaoke club there. There's a bar here, which usually has dancing on the floor there. There's this place which is disgusting. You should never go there. And then there's some shops here. If you notice the big skylights up there, we'll see those in a little bit. And there's the water slides. I'll go up there too. And then, so you got the shops right here, all kinds of different shops. And then you've got a pizza place, which is usually open from about 10 a.m. until 3 a.m. And you got your soda machines here to get your drinks at. Really good pizza there. It never really disappoints. Another bar right there. That's more of like a, it's like a pub. It's a pub, that's what that is. And then up here we've got another shop. We've got the Promenade Cafe. We've got a car. I want a car like that. That would be cool. Oh, down here you have the casino. Everything below us is the casino for all of this part. And then here is the ice skating rink up here. And then the very back of the ship you have the main dining room. And that's 3 levels on deck 3, 4, and 5. This is deck 5. This is a bar that goes up and down. So that's pretty neat. And this usually has water coming through it and spraying up. That's guest services. That's like your hotel front desk. This is the bionic bar where you can enter a drink and the robots will make your drink for you. Because the next part I want to go across is the boardwalk. But there's a view of the whole Royal Promenade. You can see how long that is. Massive ship that this is. Okay, out here's the boardwalk. So most boardwalks on the Oasis class ships have the same sort of scheme here. It's got like the merry-go-round horses and like them being created from a block of wood and how they get all carved by hand and then painted. There you've got a hot dog stand, usually with some Italian sausages. You've got the merry-go-round. You've got the grand view out the back of the boat with these things. These are the slides that come down. Those are the slides called the Abyss. They're actually the tallest slides at sea. Over here on the left you have a sugar station for candy. That's not included. And then the diner here is open for breakfast for free. It's included, but at dinner time and lunch they serve hamburgers, hot dogs. It's Johnny Rockets is what it is. That's costs a little bit extra, but not that much, like $10. This is Playmakers. They've got some pool tables in there, and it's a sports bar. And then in the back, so this is the Aqua Theater. The Aqua Theater is at the very back of the ship. If you ever see a Royal Caribbean ship from the back, you'll see the big Royal Caribbean sign. And then this is where the Aqua Theater is, which has all the water that sprays up, and the guys jump off the very tops here, into the water. You've also got the rock climbing walls and the slides way up there that come down. Woo, pretty fun. Okay, I will cut that here. We'll go back in. We'll go up a couple more decks. Okay, so we're going from the boardwalk, which is at deck 6. We're going to skip deck 7. We're going to go up to deck 8. Deck 8 is Central Park. And this is probably one of my favorites. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's make a stop over here real quick. There is like nobody in here. And so if you want to get work done, this is a great place to come and sit. And it's got not only this lounge area down on the bottom and this great view going out there, but at nighttime this place lights up with music, all kinds of dancing on the floor. And up there you've got another lounge area with a pool table in the back if you're into that. So that's the music hall. On the Symphony of the Seas, which is a sister ship to this ship, there is a restaurant in here called the Wonderland, which I did a video of in October when I was on that ship. This is, I think, one of my favorite parts of an Oasis class ship, and it is Central Park. So you've got real plants growing here. It's just a very open space. It stretches the whole length of the middle part of the ship, kind of not the very front, not the very back, but just in the middle. And this is that bar that goes up and down, and you can see these big glass skylights that come through. And if we keep walking down here, you can get a room that has the balcony that opens up to this area. You can also get it back there on the boardwalk, but I think it gets kind of loud there. I mean, they do aqua shows until 11 o'clock at night, so it's better to get these views, to be honest. And here's one of the skylights that looks down into the Royal Promenade. And there's three of these. There's three of these massive skylights that like let a lot of, you know, natural light in, and it's just such a nice little area to walk through. There's one of the cafes. There's two on this ship, where you can get breakfast. It's all included. All the food's included. Everything's kind of included in the cost of the cruise, which some people don't know. So there's this big middle section. It's the middle of the ship right there, and when you're up on the top deck, we can walk across that. Here's the other skylight. You can see down there. I just, you know, these big glass windows too, both at the front and the back of the ship. The other one goes towards the music hall, and then this one goes here. But we'll go through here, and we'll take a ride up to the top of the ship. Okay, I wanted to catch this. So this goes, I love these elevators, because they go all the way from the bottom floor, well, deck 2, all the way up to deck 16. If you're at the other end, it'll go deck 17. But again, you can see these big windows that open up to everything. So let's go through this way. And up in the front here, you've got the solarium, which is the adults only section. So the top 2 decks from the front forward, like all of this part is the solarium, and it's adults only, so there are no kids allowed in there. If, you know, kids are driving you crazy, or you don't want them to find you, or maybe you don't have kids and you just don't like them. So let's go through here.
I'll do a quick look at the front of the ship. The solarium is
Really cool. You can see it's sunrise right now. The sun came up about 45 minutes ago. It's a little cloudy today, so we didn't get real good shots, but there's the sunset. This is the solarium. So this is all the adult-only section. There's 2 hot tubs there. There's a pool in the middle. There's a big lounge area up here. At nighttime, they do, like, dancing up here. This top part right here is actually the diamond-only and above. Like, if you have a club suite, that's kind of a private lounge area up there. And, yeah, there's those wings. You can see the people right there. Those are the wings that sort of hang out on the front of the ship. Right below that is the bridge, and that's how they can see on the sides of the ship when they're trying to steer it. Well, not really trying. I mean, they do steer it. So over here, there's 2 other hot tubs, and they have these on both sides. They sort of stick out from the cruise ship, and they're like, I think they're the best place to watch the ship leaving or coming into port on those days. There's the guys' bathroom. You can imagine what the girls' bathroom looks like. Okay, here's the water slides. That's just the stairway up to the water slides. And this ship has 2 kind of twisty-turny water slides on this side, and then it's got what I would describe as a toilet bowl water slide on the other side. And you can see it right there. And they all 3 come down from the same place. They're a little bit smaller than on Symphony. Symphony of the Seas is a little bit of a bigger ship, but everything is bigger. Like, these slides are a little bit bigger. It's a little bit taller, and it's really impressive to kind of stand up on the top and look all the way down on Symphony. You can't do it on this ship. Well, actually, you kind of can. So this hole right here in the middle cuts down to Central Park that we just walked through. And to stand up on the top there and look down, you're looking down, you know, at like 14 stories or so, 13 stories. I think it's, well, 15, yeah, something like that. 12, 14 stories. These loungers, you know, don't cost anything. These loungers do cost something. That's called a casitas, and the casitas you have to rent, which I don't honestly know what anybody would do, because you can just lay here for free. So anyway, that is one of the pools here. There's a second pool over there. You've got 2 hot tubs here. You've got a hot tub up here. You've got a hot tub over there. You've got 2 more hot tubs in the back here. This is the middle bridge section that I mentioned when we were down at Central Park. So right now we're crossing through the middle of the ship, both lengthwise and widthwise. And you can see here the view down to Central Park. So that's one of the skylights. And then over here you can see the other skylight. And the third one is kind of right below us. There's the water slides. This is the kids section, the whole kids splash area. And you've got another pool back here, again with another hot tub. This whole part right here, these bottom 2 decks on this glass part, is the Windjammer, which is the buffet on the on Royal Caribbean cruise ships. There's another hot tub. All the hot tubs are bubbling and boiling for the day. Up there is another lounge area. Really cool to sit up there and kind of see, because it's one of the highest points on the ship, and there's a lounge up there that you can sit in and enjoy leaving and coming and going. Here's the kids section though again. So yeah, so this is the Windjammer Marketplace, which is your buffet. All of that's included when you go on a cruise. Most of the food on the ship is included, but there are some restaurants that you pay a little extra for. Specialty dining restaurants. There's a Japanese one, there's a steakhouse, there's a fish place, but definitely not necessary if you don't want to do that. There's the girls' bathroom. What I'm going to walk through is the taco bar, which is open every day, and again also included in your cruise. So they've always got great tacos, burritos, things like that. Let's see, as we go, you know, I'm going to cross over the ship again because I want to show you something else over there. Here's the sports court. So you've got, they do pickleball tournaments here. They do roller hockey or field hockey, I guess. They do basketball. They do all kinds of sports stuff there. And over here, you've got a zip line. So this is the other opening, which is the boardwalk. There's the merry-go-round. There's the back of the ship. Oasis of the Seas, that's what we're on. And this right here, if you can see it, is a zip line that goes from up there all the way down there, and you can do a zip line on the ship. They are very particular about things that might fall off of you, so you do have to have shoes on and clothes on, but you can't have anything that might fall off of you, because they don't want it to fall on people down there, because that actually it doesn't get that busy, to be honest. This ship has 5,600 people on it right now, and there's very often that this looks like this, except with a bunch of people kind of on the 2 sides there. But the ship on Royal Caribbean never seems to be very crowded, even with more people on this ship than will fit on nearly all other ships at sea. This is your mini golf. Then again, that's free too. That's included in your cruise. So is the zip line. That doesn't cost anything extra. And then up here is the very back of the ship, and you're gonna see 2 flow riders. Flow riders are, if you don't know what they are, they're sort of jet streams that flush out water and create waves in which you can surf and boogie board on. So during the day, this place gets really busy. These stands fill up, people line up here, a whole bunch of water rushes up this way, and then people surf up here, and the whole thing's padded. If you fall down, not a big deal. This is the ultimate abyss, so that's the 2 slides that go all the way downstairs to the boardwalk, and those are the tallest slides at sea. Technically, the one on Symphony of the Seas is the tallest slides at sea, but they're the same, pretty much. So, anyway, that is a walk around and through the Oasis of the Seas, which, if you didn't know, was a groundbreaking ship. Ooh. Yeah, that's cool. This was a groundbreaking ship when it first launched because there was never a ship this large. This is essentially 2 entire cruise ships stacked on top of a 3rd cruise ship on the bottom. So this is the size of like 3 cruise ships. The really nice thing about a big ship like this, where people might think it's a lot of people, you're going to get, you know, it's going to be very crowded. This ship is hardly ever crowded, even when it's fully capacity. Symphony that I was on is even larger than this, and I was on that with full capacity, like almost sold out. This ship was almost sold out for this cruising, and very often, I mean, there's always space in the hot tubs. There is always space to walk around. There's always seats at dinner. You don't wait in lines very often at all in anything. So it's very nice. I mean, sometimes the shows get really backed up, and there's a lot of people waiting to see the shows. But it's very easy to make reservations for that, and they encourage you to do that so that they know when you're going. But there's always, like, you just walk in, and it's not that long of a wait, like 15-20 minutes maybe. So it's not bad at all, even if you don't plan things ahead. And the groundbreaking part of this ship, other than just being the size, was the sheer, like, capacity of everything it has on it. You know, other ships might have 1 or 2 of these things. They might have 1 flow rider, even within Royal Caribbean. No other ships other than Royal Caribbean, I think, has flow riders. But the other ships, not the Oasis class, the ones below this, just aren't capable of having this many hot tubs, this many pools, this many restaurants, this much stuff all on one ship. And I really like the 14 to 15 day transatlantic cruises, trans-Pacific. They don't really, Oasis class doesn't do trans-Pacific because you can't get these ships through the Panama Canal and then up to the coast to do trans-Pacific. But there has been talk of them building a ship to go that side of it. Other than that, this is a great ship. It has plenty of space. There's another bar there. I didn't even point out all the bars because I don't really drink anything. But there's food, like you could see all around. There's 2 different cafes. There's the taco bar. There's the buffet. There's the Johnny Rockets downstairs. There's so many different places to eat throughout the day, and at nighttime that really you just have your pick of anything you want to eat at. So you should definitely come on this ship. And you should call me and then ask me about that, and I'll help you out, and we'll find a good week or a good price, and we'll make it happen. All right. We are almost to Portugal, by the way. We have 1 more day, about 24 hours till we reach Portugal. You can actually see Portugal off the front where we were, where the sunrise was happening. You can see the land way in the distance. And we have been at sea now for 9 days. This will be our 10th day at sea since we left Miami. And while that might seem crazy, you can see so much of this ship has so much left to do. Always a Broadway show to go see. There's always the Aqua show to see. There's tons of water slides. The kids have lots of fun. They have their whole entire section of the ship up front below the solarium, where the adults only part is. Below that is a kids only part. Called the Kids Adventure and Adventure Ocean, and it's pretty cool. Here's another view of those skylights. Yeah, so I kind of sped through this ship, but it's really cool. I can't say enough about Oasis class ships because one, they're huge giant pieces of engineering that are really cool how they work. If you see the downstairs part where you see kind of how the whole ship works, they have their own waste treatment facility, water treatment facility, water makers. They don't bring all the fresh water. They do have tanks for fresh water, but they can make fresh water at sea. They can process waste. They process gray water.
You know, it's a very efficient ship. It's like a practically zero carbon footprint on these ships. Not quite zero, but for being the size that they are, it's a really incredible piece of equipment. So cool.
You know what? While I'm here, before I cut this video off, which I did, I want to mention two things. One, right over here, that's kind of the smoking section, but at the very end of that, there is a part that's roped off, and there's a little plaque on the wall that says Super Mario's office, and that is actually Super Mario, who holds the most number of points on Royal Caribbean. He's literally been on more cruise days than anybody else in history. He has like 11,000 points. It equates to essentially 11,000 nights, but he's usually travels solo, so it's more like 8,000 nights. But still, he spent the better part of 35 years riding on Royal Caribbean cruises for the majority of the year. He works from the ship, and he doesn't work for the ship, he just works on the ship. And he moves every 4 to 6 months. He moves to a different ship and kind of moves around, so it's kind of neat to have that there. Other than that, let's walk through the buffet real quick. Washy, washy, washy. They remind everybody to wash your hands.
So
I always like to start with one of these. And then you got some fresh fruit, you've got some granola, you've got some yogurt, you've got some deli meats and cheeses, you've got some pastries. You've got usually bacon. Yep, bacon and eggs and everything is over here. Pancakes and waffles. You've got, let's see, eggs Benedict. That looks like an omelet. Over there is going to be some fruit and, some custom-made omelets if you want a fried omelet. Let's see what's over here. Some more fruit. More fruit. French toast, pancakes, waffles, more fruit, and then coffee, juices. That's all included in your breakfast. You don't have to pay extra for that. Muffins, more muffins and donuts. And then over on the other side is the exact same thing that we just saw, but duplicated over there. And this is one of the, I usually, if you find me in the morning, I'm usually over here looking at the back of the ocean, or the back of the boat rather, and usually little Andy and I are sitting back here eating some breakfast. So we'll just plop him down right there. Oh, look, he's sleeping. Wake up, buddy. All right, here, enjoy your view. There we go. Look, now little Andy's ready to go. Okay, one last word, I promise. One last word. So, there's my breakfast. There's little Andy. And this breakfast, a lot of times on cruise ships you find that their food starts to get bland after a few days, let alone 14 days that this cruise is. But I really find on Royal Caribbean, their food still tastes good every day. And I've been, essentially on cruise ships for 45 days a year for the last 2 years. And I'll be on another like 40 some days this year, and Royal Caribbean I find more than Norwegian, more than Carnival, other than Disney's a whole separate category, but other than that, you get the best bang for your buck out of Royal Caribbean, and their food is consistently good every single day. Whether you're in the main dining room, whether you're in the buffet, the food is still very good. On that note about money, so a lot of people might ask how much this cruise cost. I'm on this cruise for 15 days. It cost me $1,400, and the only reason it cost me $1,400 is because I'm solo cruising, which means I pay a double rate. So if I had a second person with me, it wouldn't quite be an even split, like $700 to each of you. It'd be about $120 more. So maybe add $60. So it'd be like $760 for 15 days on this cruise ship with most everything you can see that we just walked through included. That's, and I think I actually paid I paid less. I think I paid about $1,200 or $1,150 because I had a discount and I found a deal. And that's a pretty good rate for 15 days. That's like way less than $100 a day. So It's actually the cheapest part of this entire trip that I'm on, which is 2 months total, and most of it I average like $124 a day. But the cruise ship obviously balances that out with only being about $64 a day, something like that. Little Andy, you agree?
Oh, yeah, that sounds great.